basically it's a response to some kind of external pressure or internal pressure. We might feel tense, we might feel nervous, we might not feel that good when we are under stress. So uh, stress is basically something that we cannot just run away from. It is a part of our life, and we can definitely decrease the level of stress, but we cannot remove stress from our life. Stress is a part of our life. We can be stressed at any moment, at any time. You never know when you are going to be stressed. But what we can do is we can control stress, or we can just try to decrease stress in our life. So let us see whether stress is good or bad. Okay, so stress can sometimes be good. Why I am saying this? Because when we feel stressed, when we are stressed, then that particular stress, that particular tension or nervousness improves our performance, improves our quality of our work. So that is why stress is regarded as good sometimes, whereas on the other hand, stress can be bad, and most of the time, stress is negative effects. Why? Because too much of stress can lead to a lot of problems. So it may cause an unproductive anxiety level, and also result in uh, in situations which you cannot control. So sometimes stress is good when it is motivating you to do something good, when it boosts up your energy. When you are stressed, and because of that stress, your performance improves, you get a good result, you get a good output. So that kind of stress is good. But if you know uh, you are stressed and it is harming it is harming you, it is it is harming your health, it is harming your mental peace, so then we can consider stress as bad. So most of the time, stress can be considered as a negative energy, but sometimes it can also be good, and it can actually help us to improve our performance. The causes of stress. So the first one is being unhappy in your job. So when you are not happy in your workplace, when you are not satisfied, so that can definitely cause stress. Next is having a heavy workload or too much responsibility. So if you have a lot of responsibilities, if you have a lot of workload, then definitely that will result in stress. Next up is working for long hours. So when a person works for long hours continuously, so mentally and physically the person becomes tired. So that is why it can give rise to stress. Next is having poor management, unclear expectations of your work, or no say in the decision making process. So when in your workplace you are not happy with the management, when you are not happy with the results, when you are not, when you are not unsure, when you are not sure about the expectations, when you are when you don't have a say in the decision making process, then definitely that can result in stress. Next is working under dangerous conditions. So when you have to work under dangerous conditions, so that is definitely going to give rise to stress. Next is being insecure about your chance for advancement or risk of termination. So, where you're unsure about your position and you are unsure about your job, whether and you always are at a risk of termination, so then definitely that will cause stress. Next up is having to give speeches in front of colleagues. So this is another form. This is another situation when you can be stressed. So when you have to give speeches, when you have to deliver speeches in front of people, so that can also give rise to stress. Why? Because a lot of people are afraid of speaking in front of people. So this is also known as stage fear, which uh, stage fear is because of the reasons that people are uncomfortable in speaking in front of other people. Next is facing discrimination or harassment at work, especially if your company isn't supported. So, when you face some kind of discrimination or you face harassment at your workplace and your company is not supporting you, and then definitely, you will be stressed. The next is the death of a loved one. So when you lost someone close to you, then definitely that will cause stress. That causes stress. Then divorce, then loss of a job. So when you don't have a job, when you are terminated, then definitely you will be stressed. Then increase in financial obligations. So when a person has financial issues, when a person faces financial problems, then definitely you know it increases the level of stress. Then getting married can also be a cause of stress, because people are nervous before starting a new life. Next up is moving to a new home. So when you move to a new place, so like when we have to accept changes, that's one of the biggest challenge of our life. So basically, when people moves from one place to another, moves from one home to another, so then definitely that can cause stress. Then chronic illness or injury. So if you are ill from a long period, and if if you are injured, then definitely that gives rise to, that causes stress. Next is emotional problems like depression, anxiety, anger, grief, guilt, low self-esteem. So when you are not emotionally stable, you are like mm, you have no confidence level and you're guilty of something, and if you're sad or if you are angry, so automatically this give rise to stress, and this can emotional problems can cause stress. Next is taking care of an elderly or sick family member. So it's good to take care of your family members, it's good to take care of your elders, but sometimes it can also be stressful when you have to continuously look after someone and you do not have your own life. So sometimes this can definitely cause stress. The next step is traumatic event, such as natural disaster, theft, rape, or violence against you or a loved one. So, traumatic events, any kind of traumatic events, or if you face violence against something, if you or your loved ones face violence against something, and any kind of natural disaster, be it like be it flood, be it earthquake, so any kind of natural disaster can cause stress. So these are some of the causes of stress. Now, all right. So these are some of the causes of stress. So there are various other causes as well. So mainly, I have just listed a few, and there are several other causes which can cause stress. So stress, sometimes it, as I had already said, that it can sometimes definitely be a good, good thing that has happened, which improves our performance, and sometimes it has severe negative impacts in our life. So now I'm going to discuss about a few impacts that stress can cause in our life. So it can disturb your sleep. All right, it can disturb your sleep. Next, you can have a clenched jaw. Then next, when you grind your teeth, when you clench your jaw. So these are often, the physical reactions that a person under stress, shows. Then digestive upsets. Then a person who is stressed is not being able to digest properly. Then lump in your throat. This can be the reactions. You can just see it on your screen. This can be the reactions of stress. So difficulty swallowing, agitated behavior, playing with your hair, increased heart rate. So basically, when you are stressed, you can go through all these things, and this can when people notice you, the people can also like find out that you are under stress when you grind your teeth, or when your behavior is not that proper, when you are twiddling your fingers. So people also come to know that you are stressed. So these are basically the physical reactions of stress. Then general restlessness. So when you're stressed, you'll definitely be restless. So you won't be able to do anything properly. You won't be able to work properly. You won't be able to sit in one place. Then sense of muscle tension in your body or actual muscle twitching. So you might face some sort of pain as well. Then non-cardiac chest pain. So when you are too much stressed, so sometimes people also feel chest pains, then dizziness, then hyperventilating, then sweaty palms, nervousness, stumbling over words, high blood pressure, lack of energy, fatigue. So these are some of the reactions